Happy Miracle Monday. This is Dawn Petalino, and I am your spiritual coach to miracles. Miracle Monday is a day where I remind you of various truths about yourself. And within those truths, you recall who you really are. And whenever we do that, we bring more miracles into our life. And so Miracle Monday is where I pick a truth just to share with you. And today's truth is that if you want to see miracles in your life, you must demonstrate the truth. And what that means is this: if any area in our life that we are struggling with, pick it. You could have finances, you could have relationships, you could have career, just any area where we're struggling is an area that we are not living the truth. And what does that mean? It means that we're seeing, our perception is such that we're seeing whatever is in our sight as a problem. We're seeing it as an issue, an obstacle, and we're seeing it that it has power, which brings up fear. You know, if we weren't afraid of it, it would hold no power. But whenever there's a particular area in our life that brings up fear, that we feel we're struggling against, it is because we're not seeing the true perception. And so in order to have a miracle in any area of your life, the one thing that we have to do is get out of that perception. Now, we can't always do it unto ourselves. But what we are doing is we are getting into the consciousness. See, our small personal self can't get out of the problem. But we are rising to the consciousness of the miracle-minded that can get out of the problem. You know, and what that means is your higher power, your God consciousness, your Christ consciousness, your one mind, the all in all, that universal mind, that pure consciousness is the one where miracles happen, where life is in harmony, because it's love, and love is the only power. So we have to raise our consciousness to such that we are aligning with that power. Now, when we do that, things shift in our world. So we're not trying to rearrange the pieces out here. We're not trying to solve a problem out here, because that's going to use our thinking mind. That uses a different consciousness. That uses the personal self-consciousness, and that's not what creates miracles. So in order to have miracles, we must get still. We must get still and listen to a higher consciousness. Now, when we get still and we hear or feel or sense a presence, in that moment, we've touched the higher consciousness. And now, from that place, we get the sense, God is here. All is well. We touch the truth. You know, sometimes our brain will want to say, well, that's really nice, but I still got this problem. But you can't go there. You cannot have a miracle-mindedness if you're looking to change the circumstances out there. Think of Jesus. He didn't sit there and say, oh, well, I'd love to heal you, but you're sick. I can't. No. He had the knowledge of who he was, that I and the Father are one. He knew of the higher consciousness within himself, and it was the consciousness that healed the person. It wasn't that he prayed to God and said, oh, dear God, please heal this person. He said, no, I and the Father are one. It is my consciousness, my touching that higher self of which I truly am, that now transforms the situation I see. You know, the Course in Miracles says, there is no suffering it cannot heal. There is no problem it cannot solve. There is no appearance but will turn to truth through the eyes of you who rest in God. And so when we rest in God, and I talked about this last week, when we rest in God, we are coming from the place of I and the Father are one. There is no other power but that power. And it's not enough just to say it. It's to get still and to feel it, experience it. The Course of Love says that prayer, if we're praying for something, we're thinking there's a lack there. But real prayer is a recalling of a divine memory and bringing that divine memory in the present moment as experience. That means when I say, wait a minute, I and the Father are one, that consciousness that is in God is in me, and I am that consciousness, and I get still, and I feel the presence of that consciousness. Now there is the only power that there is. There is no other power. And the Course of Love says it is this that brings the miracle mind. The miracle mind comes from our consciousness, not our words, not our prayers, not our hopes, but our consciousness of deep-seated experience and knowledge of this truth. I and the Father are one. That higher consciousness, you just hold on to that. You don't even have to know how it works, because how could you know how it works? If you're thinking of how it works, then you're still thinking of your personal self. But when we make the unknown of a God thought, a higher consciousness, into the known, we're not going to know. But that's not our job. Our job is to rest in God. As A Course in Miracles says, that you will see the truth through the eyes of you who rest in God. No suffering it cannot heal, no problem it cannot solve, no appearance that will but turn to the truth for those of you who see through the eyes of God. And so when we rest in God, we are raising our higher consciousness. And that creates miracles, because now you are a miracle-minded person. Happy Miracle Monday. Take that higher consciousness out into the world and be it. Don't wait for it. Don't wait to see it. Be it. And that's what creates the miracles in your life. Happy Miracle Monday. I look forward to seeing you next week. If you'd like to find out more about me and my work and resources and books and meditations and blogs and all of that, you can check out www.dawnpetalino.com. Bye for now.